Hello, my name is Jasmine Jeffries. I'm a communication major with a minor in African American Studies, and I have a 4.0 GPA. What drew me to PV was actually when I visited campus, I felt like it was absolutely beautiful. The people were kind, they were helpful, and I just saw myself enjoying life here. So that's kind of what drew me to PV. And then of course, the scholarship, that was a big pull factor as well. What shocked me the most was how it felt big and small at the same time. Like, Prairie View is kind of a large campus in comparison to college campus that I've been on previously, but it still somehow feels like you can know everybody, you can be familiar with everybody, you can still have a tight-knit community here, regardless of the size. So I guess it shocked me how comfortable how easy it was to get comfortable despite how grand college felt coming from high school. Joining the honors program, I was overjoyed, mainly just because when I did my interview with the honors program, Dr. Moore and Ms. Young were just very inviting. It made me feel like this is gonna be easier than I thought. I felt like I was gonna have a home automatically, with the honors program. So I was very, very excited. Going into it, I didn't know all that much. I just knew I had the GPA, I would have to take certain classes to fulfill the requirements. But outside of that, I didn't have many expectations. I just expected that it would be good for me. Process, you go online, you fill out an application. The application had about, I would say, 4 to 5 short answers and then full essay. And then you have to put information about yourself, like what type of courses have you taken, what's your GPA, what do you want to do in life, how do you see yourself being impactful through the honors program. So essentially just a lot of writing and then doing an interview. I would say anyone who thinks they want to join the honors program and they're in high school, just go look on the honors program website and look at what the expectations are to make sure you set yourself up for success. Favorite memory, probably the trips. I've gone to 3 conferences with the honors program so far. The first one was the White House HBCU Scholar Conference. The second one was the Texas HBCU Conference, and the third one was HBCU Rising Scholars. Those are fun because you just get to go to different places and you get to experience life and each other outside of this bubble of PV. And you get to network, and also it's free, so it's cool to just have the support and the resources to experience new things through honors. The purpose of the honors program is to create an environment for students to push themselves academically, essentially to see what they want to do outside of a classroom. I think it's important because when you're in class, sometimes you only see the book, you only see the worksheet or the test, and you see information as linear, you're only here to get a grade and to get out. But through the honors program, you're forced to see yourself outside the classroom. I'm a student, but I'm also a young adult who wants to be well-rounded. I'm a student, but I'm also, preparing to be impactful and possibly change the world. So I would say that's the point of the honors program, is to create those environments for growth outside of the classroom. The honors program, it basically means that you're more than you think. Everything you ever dreamed and imagined for yourself, if you advocate for that, you can accomplish it. One of my biggest accomplishments at PV so far and through the honors program has been organizing TEDx PVAMU for 2023 and 2024. So the process for that was when I came into the honors program, I heard about TEDx PVAMU. Kendall Lemons and Taylor Owens were organizing it at the time, and those were 2 honors program students. They're now PV alum. So I got introduced to the event through them. I thought that it was powerful. I thought the talks were powerful, and I just enjoyed the value it brought to my life, so I wanted to do as well. So the process for that was applying for a license. To apply for a license, you have to fill out a forum with TED.com, essentially, like with your ideas. How is this event going to impact the community positively? What are your theme ideas? Things like that. Send it off. And then we got approved both times. And then from there, my favorite part actually of that was looking into the PV community. Like the new branding, Excellence Lives Here, I feel like was truly exemplified through the work with TEDx PVMU, because you're looking at what is at PV and what has come from PV, you know, specifically alums for TEDx PVMU, that's what we try to focus on. And then you're getting to bring those people here and create a platform for other PV students to see, like, people from this school are doing amazing things. Other things I've accomplished on campus generally, I would say with class council, junior class council specifically, because I'm junior class vice president, we've created a space for transfer students to get better acclimated to PV. So far we've had 2 transfer events, and that's really powerful to me because I know it's difficult moving from place to place, moving from school to school. I did that a lot growing up. Being able to create that space in college, like, oh, now you know your shuffle. Oh, now you know all the chants, so that you're not sitting in the basketball game, you know, looking around like, oh, I go here, but I feel so separate. Like, creating those spaces at PV, such as a transfer event, has been something else I've been able to accomplish. One last thing I would say is getting the seasoning rack in the MSc, because we needed it. So, yeah. Something that I would love to see from the honors program is creating the spaces that honors program students get outside, like for students outside of the program. Kind of how I was talking about in the beginning, how it's a really powerful opportunity to see yourself or see what you want to do outside of a classroom. And I don't see that many other places on campus outside of the honors program, but I do think that it's something every single student anywhere in the entire world should have the opportunity to experience. So that's something that I hope to see, is replicating the spaces that we get to experience outside of the program so that everybody can see their value and benefit from them. I think a common misconception about the honors program is that you have to take 10 million extra classes to be in it. I think that a lot of times when I talk to people, they're like, oh no, I don't have room on my schedule for all these additional courses, and so I won't be in the honors program. But it's not like that at all. You just take Spanish and honors colloquium, and from there, it's like other program to help you, but it's not extra class. So that is a common misconception. And then another thing, which I feel like is just a misconception generally about anything honor, is that it's only like school book study. You know, like the honors program, it's a group of college students with a lot of depth. With, you know, we like to laugh, play games, you know, play cards, taboo, all the stuff that anybody else does. Just because you're an honors student or you're in the honors program, or, you know, you put a high value on your success in class, you know, we're still people. For me personally, the honors program has prepared or helped me prepare, because coming into college, I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly, which I think is something a lot of students experience, but we don't speak to as much. Like, I knew I was a comm major, and I was thinking about, oh, maybe I would do documentaries, or maybe I would do public relations, or maybe I would do marketing. I didn't know, but I feel like the honors program has helped me define that through all the experiences I've gotten. And so now I have a better idea at the very least. So I feel like that is the main preparation for me. Some advice I would give someone trying to be in the honors program is to stay curious and to be passionate. If you are curious, you're gonna ask questions, you're gonna wanna know more, you're gonna wanna retain more, and that in itself will translate to the classroom, to your grades, to help you get the GPA and the extracurricular involvement that you're looking for. And then just be passionate, you know, be lively. I think the curiosity piece is the main point, like want to know more. And when you want to know more, it will help you, you know, get to all the other checkpoints that someone may need to have to be in honors. Like, for example, when you want to know more, when you're curious, I kind of already explained, okay, you're gonna get the GPA. When you want to know more and you're curious and you see something going around on your campus, you're gonna be like, oh, let me see what that's about. Maybe I can be involved. And now you have your extracurricular involvement. You know, like just that drive to learn, if you keep that in your back pocket, it's going to get you where you need to be in honors. If you come to Prairie View, there's going to be 10 million people on your side because they want you to succeed, and they are going to use their network to push you forward. They're going to use their knowledge or maybe mistakes that they experience and give you great advice on how to move forward and be successful. And that is 1,000,000% true. I will also say that if you're not someone who, wants that for yourself and reaches out and advocates for that type of guidance, then you might not get it here. So it's like, Prairie View has everything that you could ever possibly want or need from a university. The housing is comfortable. The campus is beautiful. There's options for you here. And then within each major, there's professors who have done amazing things in their field, and then they're coming back to work, to research, and to give it back to youth. So everything you could ever need is at Prairie View. You just have to want it and advocate for yourself so that it can find you. Lord, I don't know if I can say it in one question, but I will say that I wouldn't even be here without Prairie View. I mentioned before, my parents are both first-generation college students. They both went to Prairie View. They met here. So on the most basic level, I'm a product of this school. There's a lot of history here for me. So that in itself is powerful. It means everything, honestly, to be able to grow from a place that I grew from, if that makes sense. Prairie View to me is just a safe place to figure it all out. Personally, it's a safe place to grow. I would say Prairie View has a very diverse population as far as interests and the types of things that people want to do, where they see themselves. So there's something for you here. As far as your career, there's people with a bajillion different experiences that you can talk to them and learn from them. It's just a safe place with a lot of support to figure yourself out. I would say for me personally, okay. So, yeah, I love Prairie View. Go PV. I don't know. Say the question again. I don't know if I hit it.